Hello everybody, Dukelys here, and today I want to talk about Blizzard allowing players to buy level 90 characters. I will try to be objective about the subject, and I will say what I think about it in the end. Let's start by talking about the positive aspects of this. Being able to buy a level 90 character eliminates what most people see as grinding after they leveled up several characters. This means that players who have already gone through the leveling content may skip it for a sum of money. Being able to buy a fresh level 90 character allows players to quit previously to catch up quickly to their friends, and also it allows people to get to the endgame fast on a new character. Most of us who have already leveled several max level characters do not want to grind through level 1 to 90 again. We've done the previous content and just want a new character to max level, be it for a new class, or changing factions, or changing servers. Allowing players to buy a level 90 character is not game breaking. The primary goal of the game is not to level up, it is to do dungeons, raids, battlegrounds, arenas and so much more. Of course some players like to level up. They are still able to do that if Blizzard allows us to buy level 90 characters. And some people just want to kill giant dragons and mythical creatures, and they can do just that without the hassle of leveling up. I will get back to this subject on the negative list. And the final point is more money for Blizzard. This is good because that allows them to pay for more artists, designers, programmers and story writers, and that gives us much better and higher quality content. And maybe they can even make it faster, which would be great. Now onto the negative list. I've seen many people complain about this update because they think this will remove the leveling experience. I will not disagree. I loved leveling up the first time. Maybe even the second time, but after that it got boring real fast. And what about the players who do not want the leveling experience? They may just want to get to the end game. They may not care about the history in World of Warcraft, which is great by the way. They may just want to see high numbers and shiny purple items. We should not force players to level up. If they have the money to buy a character and skip to the end game, let them. If they ever change their mind, they can just create a new character free of charge. I've also seen many of the older players, those who played since Vanilla, Burning Crusade, Wrath or even Cataclysm. They feel that it is unfair that other players can bypass the leveling process because they had to do it, and it took a lot of time back in the day. The thing is, it isn't unfair. People have always been able to buy max level characters from eBay and other sites. Hell, they even came with full epics and a ton of gold. You have to remember, not everyone have the time required to level up. Time is money. They may have a job, and at least I think it is fair to say that if they can only play about 1 hour a day, and they can afford a max level character in green gear, let them buy it. If you think it is unfair, get a job and buy one yourself. The next point is double dipping. What I mean by this is that Blizzard is doing a big no-no in the gaming industry. They charge money for the actual game, plus expansions, plus a subscription fee every month, and now also for in-game items and services. Of course, this may be the start of the transition to free-to-play, which will surely be interesting to say the least. The next point on the list is this just a bad fix for the problem? Now the problem is, I've read that players are bored of the old way of leveling. That includes the questing system, the grinding and the dungeon running. I don't blame them. It is getting repetitive, but we have to realize that reworking the questing system and generally making leveling more fun is hard work. It requires lots of resources and time investment. We know that they are changing how quests works, at the least they are adding events in Warlords of Draenor, but I do not know if that includes the previous content, which means Vanilla to Mist of Pandaria. We may just be stuck with the old system. The final point on the negative list, this may lead to buyable gear, or other things like selective raid access, dungeons, titles, achievements and whatnot. This is something I am personally against. Games should never be pay to win. Buying a character in questing greens is not pay to win, it is pay to skip. However, if they start selling gear, especially higher end purples, that means for example heroic gear, and if they start to sell raids and dungeons, now that is pay to win, and we do not want that. I hope and believe that Blizzard will not do something that stupid. That brings us to the final slide, which is what must be done to make this work. Now the first thing I and many others thought when they announced this was, oh no, the noobs! So the first thing I think they need to do is make a very good and throughout tutorial. If returning or new players buy a level 90 character, they will certainly not know how to play. Before you release these noobs onto our community, teach them what their class is supposed to do, how to do it, and why they are doing it. I have several ideas on how they could do this, but that will be for another potential video. Another idea is that players will need to reach some kind of feat before they unlock the option to buy a new character. This could for example be to already have reached level 90 on one character, or to have certain achievements, or even just hours or days played total. Some people on the official forums said that players should only be able to buy classes that they have already leveled to max level. I think this is a bit too strict, and not many people want two of the same class anyways. Another thing that must be well thought out is the price. How much should this level 90 character in Questing Greens cost? Remember, players will get a level 90 character for buying Warlords of Draenor. They could just buy several and transfer the characters over to their main account. This would however be very expensive. If the new expansion costs $50, maybe a fresh level 90 should cost between $20 to $35. Now for the final point. For this update to work properly, it has to be accepted by the majority of the community. I'm saying this for Blizzard's sake. We don't want the game to be ruined, do we? If players start quitting because of something like this, it should not be added. But if the majority of players want something like this, or are at least neutral towards it, then it will work. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching so far. I hope that you will post your thoughts on this topic in the comment section below. If you like video games, game reviews and news, sprinkled with a bit of hardware discussion, remember to subscribe to my channel. I would also be very grateful if you liked this video and shared it with your friends. Thanks for watching and see you next time.